Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Ryal Thomas. This evening, the title of the show is Divided We Stand, United We Fall. But before I actually get started with this, I just want to say that there are going to be some things that I'm going to say that may not be of interest to you. They happen to be my personal opinions, and if you do not agree with them, that's just, what it is. But I'm going to speak my mind this evening and say a few things that I feel that needs to be said in order to move us closer to uniting ourselves to one another. And I'm going to start off by using a basketball team because as a team, excuse me, and I want to compare it to humans. We as humans here on this planet Earth, we happen to be a team of different individuals that holds a lot of different talents. But let's go back to the basketball team. And the title again is Divided We Stand, United We Fall. And if you have one individual on a basketball team, and that individual is taking control of the team, always trying to get the ball, always doing certain things to see to it that he or she gets the points that's needed. But because of that individual looking out for himself, whatever the case may be, or herself, they do not allow the rest of the team to support one another. And so because of the mistake with that individual, as we would say, hogging the ball, the team loses because of one individual, because he or she may have been thinking about themselves. And when that happens, the whole team, excuse me, pays the cost. They pay the cost of losing because of one individual or maybe two individuals. So divided we stand, united we fall. The same thing can be said about us here. There are so many things going on right now. We're always seeing that some things are going on with the media, talking about a lot of negative things, and people are expressing different opinions about a lot of different things. When we talk about race, when we talk about where we stand, what our position is, you have to look at what's actually being said. You cannot believe, at least I believe this, you cannot believe because you are of a certain race, regardless of what race you are, that you stick to the values of a certain race. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're right. It doesn't necessarily mean that they are wrong. But you cannot just stand up. Well, I feel this way anyway. You cannot just stand up for something or someone that happens to be of your race. And like I said, regardless of what race they happen to be, and follow them because of their race, and you do not understand their beliefs and understand their goals in life or what their plans are. You have to look deep inside of what you want to accomplish in life. What's going to make you excel in life? That's what it's all about. It's about you as an individual. Has nothing to do with your race, because sometimes you can follow someone or a group of individuals and think you may be moving faster because the majority of the people are talking to you. But the majority of the people do not understand what your personal values are, what your personal goals are, what you are trying to accomplish to make life better for you. And that needs to be the focus, because again, divided we stand, united we shall fall. No one knows what your intentions are when you are saying certain things, when you are doing certain things, but you. No one understands that but you. So you have to take a deep look at to who you're following, what's being said, what's the outcome of me following this individual or this group of individuals. Where is it taking me? What am I going to do? What's going to happen? Even within your friends, even within your coworkers, you have to understand that you are working for you. You're in a relationship for you. You're in friendship with individuals for you. And sometimes just because someone is standing beside you doesn't necessarily mean they're with you. And that's the first thing we must understand, because you want to get involved and stay involved with like ideas, people with like ideas, people understanding that, hey, we're only here for a moment. You know, just yesterday, it seems to me that I think we all can relate to this, that we were just running around as kids, playing kickball, skate town, doing all type of things that we did together as a group. You know, but as you get older and you start to realize to yourself that, hey, I'm an individual. I'm an individual with personal goals. I'm an individual with personal dreams. I'm an individual that's trying to make a life for me, regardless of what the next person is thinking, regardless of what the next person is saying. You must understand that this life is yours. This is your life. How far you go in this life has nothing to do with your friends, has nothing to do with your family, has nothing to do with everything around you. Because sometimes the things that are around you can contribute to you not succeeding. Imagine every time you talk to someone, they have something negative to say. Imagine every time you try to explain a dream or a goal that you have, they talk down on it or ask you, why? Why do you want to do that? Or have you thought about this? You need to surround and be around people that's going to encourage you to do the right thing. And the right thing may be the wrong thing in someone else's mind, but only you know what's the right thing for you. You know that. I don't care how we look at this. How we look at this. We have a lot of division going on right now. A lot of division is going on. And I think and I feel that people are using their race, the color of their skin. Sometimes they're using that as a crutch. Well, the reason I'm not getting so far in life is because I'm of this race. The reason I didn't get hired is because I'm of this race. But what has actually happened, you've only gone out and applied for a job maybe one time within 1 week. Determination, motivation. People see when you try. People help people when they see people trying to change their life. I don't care what background you come from. I don't care what color you are. When people see that you are trying to do good and trying to do the right thing, people step up to the plate. The underdog of even a basketball team or a football team, people cheer for the underdog. So regardless of what your position is in life, regardless of what it is, you know how far you want to go. You know what your capabilities are. You know when too much is too much. And sometimes you may find yourself just hanging around or just saying I'm around because I'm going to miss something, or I want to be with the crowd, or I want to be with that group of individuals. Well, divided we stand. United we'll fall. You will fall right along with the rest of the individuals. And you may be the one in the group that's thinking. But when you're following a group of individuals that's not thinking, you fall right along with them. you fall right along with them. Look at it. What's going on here? Look what's happening. Because this is the way we're supposed to be conducting ourselves. It's ridiculous. And we all are in that casket all by ourselves. We're in there all by ourselves. So regardless of what you say, what you think, what difference does it make in the end? What difference does it make? We're all going to wind up in the same place. And we preach this hate. And we talk about things, and some people that are in certain positions take advantage of the power of manipulation. Rhetoric is what it's called. Rhetoric. Effective speaking. See, we all have a tendency to want to blame someone for our shortcomings. We all harbor that deep down inside without realizing that we are harboring a lack of will, a lack of determination. We never look at ourselves as being the problem. It's more convenient and more satisfying to point the finger at someone else and say, well, the reason I feel this way is because this happened. Or the reason I did this is because this was done to me last week or last year or maybe 10 years ago. But you know for yourself what it takes to move you closer to the next level. See, everyone knows themselves. Everyone. You know what you need to do. You know what you feel you need to do in order to stand strong, in order to stand on your feet as an individual. You know what you need to do. Now, whether or not you have the strength to do it, and you may have the physical strength to do this, to stand strong with strong individuals, but sometimes it's too much of a challenge. See, when you challenge yourself and you already have a little bit of low self-esteem, the smallest thing can set you back. You may go into a state of depression because you feel that you are not the right person for the job. But see, that's comforting to you. You have to understand your mind. You have to understand that within all of us, we have a defense mechanism. We have a defense mechanism to make us feel that we are somebody or that we can't or can do a certain thing. See, we have defense mechanisms within ourselves that look out for us. But see, the mind is a very powerful thing. See, sometimes you have to trick your mind because your mind will bring up things in your past. You may see a person that may have done something to you 20 years ago, and all of a sudden it releases something in your body. You start to develop a certain anger, a certain hate. See, you have to have a different relationship with your mind. You have to understand that these feelings, that these mental pictures and these physical feelings that you are feeling, you must recognize them as just what they are. See, your thoughts are just your thoughts, just running around in your head. That doesn't mean grab one and hold on to it. Because, see, that one thought can take you for a ride. You take these individuals who may be joining these groups, and these groups may be groups of hate. These individuals have grabbed a thought. They have grabbed a feeling. Something may have happened in their past. They may have experienced something. They may have witnessed something. Something may have happened to a loved one. And these thoughts run through their mind. And they happen to grab hold to a thought. And all it takes is just for confirmation to come from someone who may be harboring the same feeling, the same thought, a very similar incident. And when that happens, whoa, you have a group of individuals developing something. They both are sharing hate, misfortune, misunderstandings. So they grab a hold of this and they run with it, not realizing where they're running to. Individuals are going to prison for the rest of their life because of a feeling, because of a thought, not knowing that that's all they were. We all have feelings, we all have thoughts, and just because a negative thought runs through your mind, you have to understand the power of your mind, and you have to realize that it's just a thought. You don't want the thought to confine you for the rest of your life, take you away from your life, take you away from your loved ones, take you away from you. Then you enter a world that you're not prepared for. So what happened to the kids that you leave back home? What happened to the mother or the father that needs you? Are you telling me this thought, this feeling that you have grasped hold to is more important than your family members? See, then maybe there's some other issues that needs to be dealt with, because we can no longer divide ourselves from one another. We share this planet together. And if we're not careful, we're going to destroy this planet. We're going to destroy ourselves over something that's meaningless. Meaningless. Do you all understand that? Do you all understand when you're looking at someone and you may despise what they may be saying? You understand that you may be looking at someone, you may hate what they may be doing, and you express that hate. You express it verbally. You express it physically. Do you understand that we fail as a group, as a team? We all fall. We cannot continue to be divided. We have to pull together and make this place a better place. What are you going to tell? What are we going to tell our grandkids? What are we going to tell our great grandkids? What are we going to tell our children when they grow up and realize that we were in charge of their future? What are you going to tell your kids? How are you going to look in their face and say, well, I felt this way and I did this? For your kid to look at you and say, Mom, Dad, Grandma, Uncle, Aunt, why did you believe that? Why did you say that back then? You don't even know. You may ostracize your own family members, and I'm talking about the younger generation, because there's a young generation that's coming up, and they're coming up strong. See, the majority of the people in the world, they want unity. They want love. They want togetherness. But see, all the media is doing is showing hate. All the media is doing is showing the controversy. Because you know what? It's good news, according to the media. It sells papers. It makes you tune in. Did you see what happened? Oh, Lord, I knew that was going to happen. You'll get on the phone and talk for hours about something or someone that's doing something evil. And you'll see someone helping an elderly person across the street and never talk about it. It's like hate has become entertainment. How can we live with such? How can we even die with such? We must ask ourselves that and understand that we're destroying this earth. We're destroying one another. Do you think you can pay your bills with hate? Do you think when you get sick, you can reach out and say, hey, call my friend who hates just like me. Have him come to me. Do you think? Well, furthermore, 9 times out of 10, he's not even going to come. You know how that goes. Everybody around you, when you're up, you start going down. See who hangs around. Just start going down. Yeah. These individuals who are going to prison, going to jail because of acts of hate, you know, while they was expressing hate, everybody was around them because everybody thought the same. Everybody had a new way of performing and a new way of showing hate. Oh, that's a great idea, Jimmy. That's a great idea, John. You know, what are you going to do? Oh, I'm going to build this in my basement. I'm going to do this. That's great, man. What time you want me to come over? All that's being said, all that's being done. You think you have a friend because they're catering to your hate, because within themselves they hate themselves. They know they're wrong. But now all of a sudden, oh, Jimmy or John, whichever one you want to put first, goes to jail. You think, oh, Jimmy or John is writing one another? You think he's sending money there? No. Because one of them has gathered enough sense, because you may have been the guinea pig. You may have been the one that he or she may have been trying to push out there to do his or her dirty deeds. You don't even know that, because you're so caught up in so many things, you think everything is about you being glorified. But you've just given up your life for the approval of someone who doesn't even love you. For the approval of hate, you have given up your life. You'll never father a child. You'll never see your children grow up. You'll never see your grandkids come up. And you tell me this division is worth all of that? And if you feel that the division is worth all of that, this may become clinical. This may become clinical. Maybe there's some deep hidden issues somewhere, because no thing or no one is worth my freedom, and especially my life. How can you look in your child's face and you say to them, well, I'm only going to raise you until you're 5 or 6 years old, and then I'm going away for the rest of my life? And then you wonder why that child or your grandchild is entering into a life of crime. Maybe there were some words that you could have said to send them in another direction. Maybe just a pat on the shoulder, or just a hug, or just 2 or 3 words just to say, I love you, will keep that child from going in a certain direction. Do you really want your child to glorify you behind bars, and all you can do is write some letters and think about all the harm you may have done to individuals? Come on. We cannot fall like this. It's ridiculous. I get mad all the time. But you know what? I have a different relationship with my anger. I may just be walking in the street and somebody may look at me wrong, and I may think to myself, what are you looking at me like that for? I haven't done nothing. But I have to know and understand that that's just a thought for a moment. I don't need to dwell on that. I don't need to walk in the street and the next person who look at me, I need to say something negative to them. It's just a thought. It's just a thought. You just keep it moving. You may let someone out in front of you, and you may expect for them to wave at you or something like that. They don't wave, and you throw the bird up at them. Man, it was just a little act. You have to be smarter with yourself. You have to be smarter with your brain. You have to be smarter about life because it's your life. Divided we stand, united we fall. If all of us as individuals take time to do the right thing in life, then we all move as a group together, doing the right thing. And then you're talking about, well, maybe, well, I don't want to do this with this person anymore, and I don't want to do this with that person anymore. Well, I tell you what, if you happen to own the business, why don't you just put a sign in the window and say, I do not do work for people unless they are of my race. When you do that, see how long your business lasts. See how long your business lasts when you don't have everyone pitching in to support your business, regardless of what color you are. So you can make all these statements about, I'm supporting this and I'm supporting that. That's no problem. That's no problem. But first and foremost, you need to support yourself. You need to understand that if you move in a positive way, that you can bring positive people with you. In order to understand the circle, you must get in the circle. In order to play the game, you must get in the game. You cannot say all these negative things on the outside and think it's going to put you in the inside, because see, there are rewards in the inside of the game. And the game is life. You can't holler from the outside and think people in the inside are going to hear you. I want to thank you all for tuning in. This has been Ryal Thomas. Look forward to talking to you guys next week. Have a beautiful week and let me know what you're thinking. Thank you very much.